So today I wanted to make a video on 5 ways to love yourself. And even though I put in the title, Better Than Your Ex Ever Could, I just thought it was kind of cute and clever and funny. But I really don't want this video to focus on anyone else. Even if you're currently in a relationship or you've had a past relationship or a current partner or whatever, I really want this video to be about you and how you can love yourself with or without anyone in your life. So tip number 1 on how to love yourself. I want you to feel and caress and touch your body. And I know this sounds funny and weird, but I think it's really important. So when you're in a relationship, like I have been for a very long time, I've always been in some form of relationship or not, and I would always, you know, or sometimes share the bed with my partner, and you know, when you're spooning or you're cuddled up next to them, and they run their hand along your curves, and that's kind of, for me, the only time I would really ever feel the outline of my body is when someone else was rubbing against it or feeling it or caressing or holding me, and in those moments I felt really safe and secure, and I felt loved and adored, and it was a very nice moment, and it's something that I yearn for when I'm alone. And then I just kind of thought, why do we have to wait for someone else to feel us, for us to feel ourselves? And why do we have to wait for someone else to share a bed with us until we can feel secure and safe? And why do we need someone else to explore the crevices of our body for us to even know what they feel like? And so I think it's really important, as silly as it may sound or feel to people, I think it's really important to feel yourself and to rub your hands along yourself and your body and to feel what it feels like. Whether you like the simple touch of someone rubbing up against your shoulder or putting their head on you, or you like when someone kind of grabs the place on your waist between your hips and your ribs, or you like when someone cuddles up next to you and just rubs, and however sweet or simple or caressing or sexual you like to be touched and felt by others, why would you not touch and feel yourself in that way? And I think it's so important. I think it's so important to feel your body with your own hands and to make yourself feel loved, and to touch yourself in a loving manner and in a safe manner and in a caressing manner and in a way that you yearn to be touched. Why do you have to wait for someone else to touch you for you to feel loved? Tip number 2 for self-love is to dedicate love songs to yourself. So when I'm listening to the radio and I'm in the car, I always hear these love songs and I'm like, man, these are beautiful. Will this love ever happen to me? Will I ever find someone that will love me this much? Or man, this is so depressing. Like, what if I never find a love like this? And so these love songs sometimes just kind of get me in this weird funk, or thinking about my future, or if I'll ever be in love or ever have love like these people are singing about in their songs. And so I think dedicating love songs to yourself is so important. So every song you hear, or love songs that really speak to you, dedicate them to yourself, from you, for you, and listen to them that way, because you love yourself. And you love yourself so much that these songs speak to you. And listen to these love songs in that way, because that's how much you love yourself. And so that, I think that's a great way for you to learn to love yourself, and for you to show yourself love, is by listening to these love songs about you, for you. Instead of thinking, man, I wish someone would dedicate this song for me, dedicate it to yourself. Dedicate that song to yourself because you love yourself. And listen to them that way. And it's truly a beautiful experience, because that was always my struggle. And so now when I hear songs like that and I get myself in that rut or that weird thought process, I just think, no, this song's for me, from me, because I love you. Tip number 3 for loving yourself is take pictures of yourself for yourself. Even if you have a partner or you don't have a partner, or you want to post something, a sexy photo or a good looking photo of yourself on social media, or you don't, like, regardless what you want to do with your photos, take extra photos for yourself and keep them and look at them and dedicate those photos just for you. And so it's kind of a cool way to like appreciate yourself, and whether they want to be sexy photos or cute photos or selfies or body pics, whatever makes you happy and you think, dang, I look really good in these, take them for yourself and cherish them, and just keep them for yourself and look back on them and be proud of who you are and what you look like in those photos, because those are you, and you love yourself, and you think you look good. So enjoy them, relish in them, look back on them and say, damn, I looked good in those. Tip number 4 for loving yourself, and this is a little silly one, and I feel silly talking about it, but I also think it's just as important as the other tips that we're talking about today. So tip number 4 is masturbate. I know, silly. I'm kind of I don't know, it's hard for me to talk about this, but I think it's important. And this tip might actually be something that you can do better than your ex ever could. Maybe. But I think it's important. I think giving yourself orgasms is important. And something I'm really trying to focus on is I am trying to masturbate to my manifestations. And so I really like to focus on my goals and things that are about me and myself and my future and things that make me feel alive and my empowerment. And that to me is sexy, and that to me is something to come for. And so I think that's kind of a cool idea, but if not, just like whatever gets you off, then you should definitely do it, because I think orgasms and making yourself come and loving yourself enough to enjoy that physical ecstasy is very important. And I think that's a great way to practice self-love, is to care about yourself enough to want yourself to enjoy physical pleasures. And if you can't get these physical pleasures, why would you not give them to yourself? Because you deserve that much. You deserve self-love, and this is physical self-love, and that's really important, and that's a great way to love yourself. Tip number 5 for loving yourself is make time for things that make you happy. And I think this is really important too. For me, I love to work out, and I think I need to make time in most of my days for myself, and most of the time that time for myself is spent at the gym, and I think that's really important for me and my self-love and my self-growth. And so I need to make time for myself. For you, it might be taking a bath or reading a book, or time to go hiking, or time to crochet, or whatever it is that you enjoy. Make time for yourself to do that, and do it for you because you enjoy it. Whether you're with or without a partner, or you have a lot of friends, or a really busy work schedule, or whatever it is that you have on your plate, love yourself enough to make time for things that you need and you enjoy. So I hope you guys like these 5 tips on loving yourself. I know there is so many other tips out there, and I'm excited to create more of these and share more self-loving tips with you guys. But I hope these are really helpful, and I hope you'll start incorporating them into your life just like I have. I also want to clarify with self-love is you're not being narcissistic. You're not being weird or crazy, and this isn't a societal norm. And so a lot of people feel weird practicing self-love. I feel weird practicing self-love. I feel weird thinking I look pretty. I feel weird loving myself. I feel weird touching myself. I feel weird putting myself first. But this is important. It's important for your own growth. It's important for your own mental clarity. It's important for everybody else in your life too, because if you don't love yourself, who will? And so please know, not only is this something that might be foreign to most of us, but it's also so necessary, and it's a growing process. It's something that you're not gonna develop overnight, and it's not something that you're gonna always feel in love with yourself, but hopefully through practice and through time and through patience with yourself, you'll learn, because self-love is so necessary. It's so necessary for you, and we need to make this something that's so much more normalized in our society. And I know it's not, and I want to help. I want to help break down these weird societal structures that we have against self-love, and I want to help, and I want to help myself, and I want to help you love yourself. And so I hope this helps. I hope it does, and I hope you start with these tips and you practice it. And if you need anything, I'm here for you, and I hope you like this video. If you did and you like videos like this, please hit the like button below so I know this is something that interests you. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support, and don't forget to love yourself. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching again. Mwah.